And now it is time for What's Hot. We talk about stories that have all of us talking.
We're joined by Tracy Johnson and Jeff Wagner. He's also back.
Reports today say the pilot at the controls of that airliner that crashed Saturday in San Francisco was getting some on-the-job training. 2 people died in all of that, dozens more hurt. Asiana Airlines says the pilot had plenty of experience but was learning the ropes of flying a Boeing 777.
See, here's what I don't understand about this story. First of all, this was not a rookie pilot. I mean, this was somebody who had more than 10,000 hours in the air, just not that much behind in the cockpit of this particular plane. But there were other experienced pilots with them. What I don't understand, look, and I'm not a pilot and I don't play one on television, but this plane was apparently coming in way too slow and way too low. I don't understand why somebody in that cockpit didn't realize before the last 2 seconds that they were having a problem. That's what I just don't get about this whole thing.
Well, and what we're hearing now is that, yes, it could be operator error. Could there be a mechanical failure? It's going to take about a year to figure all of that out. But I'm with you. I mean, when you have a co-pilot, which they had a trainer and a co-pilot, right, there's equal and shared responsibility for the lives on board that plane. Now, I'm with you. I am not a pilot. I don't know what all the hours added up and the knots and all of that. But I would think that they're going to learn some significant takeaways from all of this.
Well, not only the potential of a human error, but with these new jets and these planes, I mean, there's everything on board to let you know something might be going wrong. And if they were too low, flying too slow, all these lights would have been going off to tell them, head back up.
It just, like you said, Jeff, doesn't make sense. If there are more experienced people in that cockpit, the learning session is over. They need to take control of this airplane, and unfortunately, there are going to be a lot of lawsuits stemming from this.
Well, you know, the other interesting thing is if you listen to a lot of these black box recorders of these air crashes, normally the last word that you hear a pilot say is like a bad word. You know, they've tried all sorts of things, and then it's like, boom, nothing is working. I don't think any of that was going on. I mean, I don't get the idea that these people even knew that they were coming in so low until the very, very last second.
So it'll be interesting to hear the black box recordings.
Something like 1.5 seconds before impact, they were saying, you know, so the mechanics were definitely working, but there's something bigger at play here.
And you can't overlook, it was remarkable. Now we're learning actually just one person died from the actual crash. The other person was died that maybe might have been hit by an emergency vehicle. So when you're given all the people on board here.
I know we're running out of time, but you know the other weird thing? When the people that left the plane, did you see how many grabbed their bags?
Yes.
Did you see people are like grabbing their bags, their roller thing?
Right,
I mean, I'm
they're
sorry.
yelling at them to get off because an engine was smoking.
They're lucky they didn't lose more lives.
I'm getting my sorry butt off that plane. I'm not grabbing the suitcase.
I'm not waiting for the thing to pop open.
No. All right, when What's Hot continues, a court warning, the report that described problems that might have led to a fire closing the Milwaukee County Courthouse for 2 days.
It's time for more of What's Hot.
Again, we're joined by Tracy Johnson of Tempo, Milwaukee, and Jeff Wagner of Newsradio 620 WTMJ. Well, a report warned of problems with the electrical system at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the 47-year-old system was, quote, approaching or beyond its life expectancy. As you likely know by now, there was an electrical fire there over the weekend that left the courthouse closed today and tomorrow. The exact cause is still unknown, but this report raising a lot of red flags, guys.
And we just had the press conference with County Executive Chris Abele, and he had to answer a lot of tough questions. People were, you know, pinpointing this report and trying to figure out if that, you know, was the cause behind all of this.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to go a little bit slow on this, and I mean, Monday morning quarterbacking is always easy. My guess is that there's a lot of deferred maintenance on a lot of government projects, whether it's city or village or county or state or national, and that's just simply because a lot of these governments are just strapped for dough. So yeah, I mean, does it sound like it was at the end of its useful life? Yeah. Does that necessarily mean it was ready to go and cause a fire or something? I think we need to be cautious about that.
Well, I think they need to be looking at this step by step. I mean, there were 1,000 people that could have been at risk if this fire would have taken place 2 days later when the building was full of people. I mean, you look at the O'Donnell parking structure. You look at this as an incident. Why do we have to wait until there's a problem before we look at it? Isn't there some sort of process that we can look at this and be proactive? And if Chris Abele is going towards that as a model, kudos to him. But there are going to be some problems and people are going to lose their lives.
I think what he said in the news conference is that he does want to address these issues. His first priority is to get the courthouse up and running, and how to do that. They're saying it will be closed at least till Tuesday. He's not guaranteeing it will be open by Wednesday. And just sort of what sort of problem does he have? What caused this particular problem? But how do you go to taxpayers and say, we've got $200 million in deferred maintenance? Who wants to sign up for that?
Yeah, see, and that's the issue that you face, not just for the county, but for all these different levels. And the truth is you have to prioritize stuff. The good news, nobody's seriously injured in this, and obviously you want to be proactive. It's just that there's a limit as to what you can do.
But as Tracy pointed out, there are a lot of people that work in this building. Yeah. It's an important building, so you have to look at these things and
yeah, where was it on the priority list?
Fixes,
right.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Thanks, guys.